Sound is good. It is. So we are now live on YouTube, and welcome to the Crypto Boss Ninja channel. We are going to look at Bitcoin first. Actually, before we do anything, we're going to look at the Fair and Greed Index and see how that is doing. Right now, we're at 50. I think 2 days ago we were at 48, so still neutral. I think 51 higher is that still might be neutral. So right now we are neutral on the Fair and Greed Index. I did say I thought Bitcoin would be higher. I guess I was wrong about that. I said that 2 days ago on Saturday, and I said Bitcoin would probably be around $28,000. I guess I was wrong about that. So right now, looking at the 3-day chart for Bitcoin, you can see that we're overbought on the stock RSI. I would not be surprised at all if Bitcoin saw a pullback. The weekly chart has more room to go up, but the daily chart is in a downtrend. 3-day chart's overbought. So right now, I would be looking for a pullback on Bitcoin. If we go to the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart is trying to get the move up. That's oversold. You're above the 200-day moving average. So to me, 4-hour chart wants to push you back to 22, which is resistance. 1-hour chart is overbought as well. I would side though with the higher time frames. 4-hour chart can, get overbought and make a lower high. So I would look for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame to get overbought, make a lower high below someplace below $28,200. If you break 22, then you can look for 28,762. But for right now, if Bitcoin makes a lower high, I'd be pretty surprised if you broke 28,200 because the daily chart and 3-day chart are overbought. So I would expect a quick move down on the 3-day chart, meaning that, but first, the 4-hour chart would have to get overbought. So short term, I'm looking for a move as high as 28,200. I do not see us breaking that, get rejected off of 28,200, and then coming to the downside. And I think the 3-day chart could push you all the way back down to about $25,000. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. So short term, maybe a slight move up, but longer term, throughout the rest of this week, I actually would be looking for more downward action going into Saturday. And I don't think you hit 25K by Saturday, but I would not be surprised if in the next 2 weeks 25K did get hit on Bitcoin. Usually it takes the 3-day chart on Bitcoin about 2 weeks to pan out to the downside, maybe sometimes as long as 3 weeks. So really for the next 2 or 3 weeks, there's a chance Bitcoin does go sideways or honestly down. And I think sometime by the end of October, we do see, at least for a short while, a $25,000 Bitcoin. So I'm not super bullish on what I'm seeing right now on Bitcoin, which means that shorts could be in the play for altcoins. If you guys have a request, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at it. But I do see some longer term things I like Phantom right now. Let me just clear my chart. Remove drawings. Phantom to me looks bullish. You made a higher low on the weekly chart right now, barely, but you did. So as long as you don't, previous low was 17.3 and the current low is 17.81. But there's a good chance that keeps going lower. But for right now, it made a higher low on the weekly chart. Maybe it'll make a double bottom. So I like what I see on Phantom. Algo looks really good to me on the weekly time frame. You have bullish divergence on the weekly time frame, and anytime you see bullish divergence on the weekly time frame, you're usually golden. Let me just make a quick video about this. So, welcome to the Crypto Boss Angel channel. I like what I see on Algo on the weekly time frame. Now, I'm just learning my divergences and all that stuff, but the weekly time frame on Algo looks good for a move to the upside, and that is more than likely your bottom. Anytime you see bullish divergence on such a high time frame, such as the weekly or larger time frames, that is usually your bottom indicator. Your previous bottom in the summer of June 5th, your low was 8967. Then you made a lower low in price action to 8149, which was on the 14th of August, about 2 months ago. But that's a lower high. But then on your stock RSI, you made a higher low. So anytime the price makes a lower low, but the stock RSI makes a higher low, that's bullish divergence. I would look for that to be a bottom. I'd be very surprised if it broke 8217 ever again. And we'll see what happens, though. At least I'd be surprised if it happened anytime this year or next year. I do think that's your bottom for the bear market. So, and if Algo makes a new all-time high in this next bull run, I would say that's your bottom forever at 8217. So that's what I'm looking at. Algo looks really good to me on the weekly time frame, at least for right now. So I actually talked about this already in another video, but I said I was going to take a 5 to 10x long on this sometime when this weekly chart makes a higher low, and that might take a few weeks or a month or two to play out at least. But when that happens, I think I have an alert down here on Algo, and when this weekly chart makes a higher low in the stock RSI, If that happens, then I will be getting into a long position on algo for like maybe a year or two long trade. That's seriously, that's what I'm looking at. Because to the all-time high on algo, it's about a 20x, and if you're doing 5x leverage, that's a 100x move. So if you put, $100 in, then you're sitting on like $10,000. So not financial advice, but I believe that's the bottom for algo. It looks very good to me. But again, I don't think it would make any sense to enter the trade if the weekly chart does need to correct. As long as though you make a higher low above 8217 on the weekly chart, you're looking good. The 3-day chart is already starting to curve down. So really, 3-day chart is still below as well the 21-day moving average, which is that black line there. The daily chart is actually see, this is why I think that's the bottom. Daily charts are also making a higher low on algo, so it's the daily chart and smaller time frames look good, but now you want to see the 3-day make a higher low and you want to see the weekly make a higher low. I believe that will happen. So right now it's what I'm looking at on algo. Probably within 2 months or less, the weekly chart will have made a higher low, and then you can enter a trade. Now if Bitcoin makes a lower low, then obviously algo will too. As well, I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm looking for algo longer term for that to be a bottom. If you guys enjoyed this video, appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next update. I feel like I said the same thing multiple times, but algo is like one of the coins that I do see as bottoming out. There's most of the altcoins really haven't shown me that yet, but algo has, so that's why I made several videos about it. So if you guys have requests for other altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. But anyways, also Pepe community coins, the coin I've talked about on this channel before. Right now this looks bearish to me. The 4-hour chart is making a lower high. I will look for this to roll over because you got the daily chart being overbought. You got the 3-day chart. 3-day chart doesn't have any data, but daily chart's overbought. I'd be cautious about Pepe community right now. So if you guys have requests, let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, that's kind of going to wrap it up. It's just a pretty quick video, and not a lot to talk about, besides Bitcoin. I am bearish on Bitcoin. I mean, usually Octobers are bullish, but this year Septembers are usually bearish, and September was somewhat bullish. You didn't go down September, and usually Octobers are bullish in the years past, but now October, like based on what I'm seeing on the charts, could be a bearish month. Bitcoin doesn't look very good on the higher time frame, so we'll see what happens. But I'm looking for Bitcoin to have a move to 25K at some point in October, based on what I'm seeing right now. So that also would mean that probably a lot of shorts, like right now on the smaller time frames, you could enter a short on algo, the coin I just talked about, for the month of October and probably make money on it. But then sometime in November, I would expect for the weekly to bottom out and then you go up on the higher time frames. So, even though algo is probably bullish on the weekly time frame, doesn't mean that the small 3-day chart and daily chart are bullish. So, yeah, that's kind of where I stand with that. I would be looking for a lot of move down in October if Bitcoin really, now obviously my bearish thesis for Bitcoin is going to be negated on the higher time frames if Bitcoin breaks above 28,200. But until you break 22, I'm really bearish for the month of October based on what I'm seeing right now on the charts. So that is just what it is. And if there's no requests, I will wrap it up. I know there's football on right now too. Maybe that's part of the reason. It's struggling, but anyways, I will be back live Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Time. Actually, I'm going to start going live Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time, so I'll be back live 7 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, so I go live now Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time, and Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time, and that's when I'll see you guys next. If you guys enjoyed this, pretty sure if you hit the like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see you guys, I don't see any requests. I'll see you guys on Monday for the next live stream. Until then, trade safe and have a great, Saturday for the next live stream. Until then, have a great week. I'll see you guys. I'll make it updates throughout the week, but my next live will be Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So that's a pretty quick video. I'm going to go